We have seen some showers move through the state of Wisconsin this morning. What's to follow? We have the answer in the first one forecast.
Lines for the no appointment or drop-in lanes will get longer.
Shots for kids could be coming soon. What Dane County is doing to help get your family vaccinated.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. We are following a first warn traffic alert this morning, so let's go over to Chris Reese with a look at the maps. Chris, what's the latest?
Hey, good morning. What we're watching is an accident that is causing some pretty big delays. This is going to be on I-3990 southbound, right where it begins to intersect with 151. This is East Washington, right over by the mall, High Crossing Boulevard. This is where you're going to run into some delays. This could cause traffic to be backed up for several hours, folks. So if you plan on traveling this route, do make sure that you plan some extra time or a different route altogether. Several thousand people come in from Columbia County every morning. Maybe you're driving in from Portage or Poynette. This is going to delay you. Maybe get off at 151 early, work your way down Stoughton Road past the airport, but avoid that area if you can do so. That being said, we're also focused on, of course, the drought situation that we have been in. We got the latest update from the drought monitor yesterday. We're still in a moderate drought. The rainfall that we've had really has not been enough to really account for our deficit. We're now at about 4 inches below where we should be on rainfall. Normally we're about 9.8 inches, but we've only had about 4.8 inches of rainfall so far this year. So we're watching and counting every drop that we can get closely, especially as we move into Mother's Day weekend, because I'm going to be watching some chances to at least see some showers. We saw some out there overnight. Now a lot of those are moving on towards the south and east. So that means Madison, we're all dry here in Dane County now that the showers are out of here. Janesville is where the focus of the showers were earlier this morning. Those have now moved out of the picture too, so you're drying out. We jump back towards Platteville. You've dried out as well. In fact, here's a live look at Platteville now that the rain is on, or rain is gone rather. You can see clearly now. Hey, yeah, I just pulled that play on words. Anyways, here's what we are watching outside in terms of temperature. 43 in Janesville right now. Lots of low 40s, some upper 30s up towards Viroqua, Camp Douglas, the Dells, and Watoma. Black River Falls coming in at 29. This is the nature of some of that cooler air that's moving in as we go into this weekend. So we have to watch the frost potential towards tomorrow morning. We'll see a little bit more cloud cover this afternoon. Temperatures top out into the mid-50s. Overnight tonight, we're down towards 32. Be on guard for any frost, but it should not be a big deal. It is normal to have temperatures this cool around this time of the year. It happens almost every year. That's why they have the saying, get through Mother's Day before you plant. Tomorrow, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds again with more cloud cover moving in the afternoon. Temperatures warm up to about 58 degrees for your high on Saturday. Then for Mother's Day Sunday, we'll have a chance for some showers, mainly towards the south of Madison, right along the state line. Temperatures will be into the mid-50s. It's mid-50s Monday, 60s return by Tuesday, and then we'll have 70s perhaps by next weekend.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you. And the FDA will soon decide if children 12 to 15 can get the COVID vaccine.
Dane County health officials are doing what they can to be ready when that happens. Once approved, about 30,000 more people in Dane would become eligible. The lines for the vaccine have progressively slowed, with nearly 50% of Dane County residents fully vaccinated. At the Alliant Energy Center, they do plan to keep lines for no appointments when the age limit is lowered. But with that growth in eligibility, appointments might be your best bet.
The best way to ensure you are in and out as quickly as possible is to make an appointment.
Public health officials also suggest you talk to your child's doctor to set up a vaccine appointment. A new survey by the Kaiser Family Foundation shows only about 30% of parents will get their child vaccinated right away. Nearly a third said they would wait to see how the vaccine is working. 15% said they would get their child vaccinated only if their school required it. Another 19% said they definitely will not get their kid the shot.
Well, check this out. Some pretty amazing video here. This is from Brian Hernandez, a man facing several charges after a police canine took down an armed suspect. This happened right in the middle of Stoughton Road yesterday. It started when officers located a person of interest connected to a domestic incident. Now, the suspect has been identified as 33-year-old Trendell Johnson and then led officers on a chase. And that came to an end when his tires were blown out by stop sticks at a busy intersection on Stoughton Road. The man and the canine get into a scuffle, and that man is eventually tased.
Incredible video right there from our viewers. 6:04 now. Madison police are looking for information this morning about a road rage case on the Beltline. It caused major backups yesterday after someone fired shots into a vehicle near the Whitney Way exit. A passenger in that car was hurt, though not seriously. Then about 3 miles away, a big police presence in the Speedway parking lot at Raymond and Verona Roads. Officers were seen investigating a vehicle with several bullet holes in the passenger side door and window. Police have not said whether the two incidents are connected, but if you saw anything yesterday, officers do ask that you call the Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
6:05. Tomorrow, over 100 cities will participate in the National John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Action Day.
The goal here is to protect your right to vote. Taylor Lazenby is live with how you can participate here in Madison. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. The John Lewis Day of Action is a chance to get the community together and celebrate and empower the right to vote. So coming this Saturday, folks in more than 100 cities are all taking to the streets demanding preservation and the expansion of voting rights. Labor Temple will host this year's event that will include a vehicle decoration, then it'll kick off with a rally and then a votercade that will depart from the same time coast to coast across the iconic Edmund Pettus Bridge as well in Selma in honor of John Lewis, his longtime battle for civil rights and radical justice.
It became a really hard job for us to get our people registered. And then when we did get them registered, there were so many ways they could just throw them off the voting list. So it has clearly been an effort to undermine our vote. And it's getting worse, frankly. The right to vote. The right to vote has really been threatened.
So here in Madison, we can also hear a feature of a proclamation from Madison Mayor Rhodes Conway and remarks from Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. So guys, coming in the next half hour, we're going to hear more from organizers about how Madisonians can get into good trouble this weekend.
All right, Taylor Lazenby, thank you. And it's been a tough year, of course, for healthcare workers.
Absolutely. But two nurses on the front lines of the pandemic are celebrating their very first Mother's Day.
The surge was it was very, very scary.
Bea Joe and Raquel Feeling were both pregnant while working at Vertigo Hills Hospital in Los Angeles during the pandemic. The two had just had their babies weeks apart. They're so glad to have each other for support through it all.
We would compare our baby bumps. It was great being able to see her and go through this with somebody else.
After everything the pandemic has taken from people, they say they are filled with gratitude and hope this Mother's Day.
Oh, what a special day this is going to be for them.
Certainly means a little bit more given what they've been through.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can say that this weekend, too.
Indeed.
Hey, we are following up on the casino shooting near Green Bay, the big step towards recovery.
And we're sporting some new gear as the excitement builds for the return of the Mallards later this month. Coming up, we're going to talk about the importance of those local partnerships and also, and in the 608 exclusive, some new wine being unveiled here on the morning show when we come back.
Honey, they're back.
Come on.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
We've got the power!
Hi, I'm Coach Jordan with Anytime Fitness, and I've got a question for you. What is your fitness goal? Have you been able to reach it? If not, I've got the perfect solution for you. It's our 6-week Summer Transformation Challenge. During the 6 weeks, you'll receive personal training designed for any fitness level, an easy-to-use meal plan for optimal results, and your very own coach to provide you with the accountability you need. Now is the time. Limited spots are available, so stop by Anytime Fitness to reserve yours today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum.
And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
Summer's here, and with a great deal on a new Toyota, you can go out and enjoy all your favorite summer sports, like softball, beach volleyball, triathlons, racing, golf. Whoa! Someone needs lessons.
What makes an amazing deal even better? How about that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance.
Get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
May 10th at 10 a.m. Please join us for a moment of silence.
To recognize healthcare workers, first responders,
and others supporting us throughout the COVID crisis.
And to honor those we've lost. We will never forget.
Welcome back. One of the biggest pastimes is back in the 608 this month.
Yeah, we're getting ready for baseball. Josh Sprider is live at Warner Park this morning with all the anticipation surrounding the return of Madison Mallards baseball. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we are just a few weeks away from that return of the Mallards. A lot of excitement. It has been 20 long months since we've seen some action here at Warner Park. This morning, the president of Mallards Baseball, Vern Sendman, you are excited. This is something you've been waiting a long time for.
Absolutely. 20 months is way too long of an off season for us, for sure. You know, just last week, we unveiled the brand new Mallards logo. We're really excited about it. And the focus of the new brand is local and fun.
So you have the local wall right here, and this year is really important, especially after the pandemic, you know, creating those local partnerships.
You know, it was a tough year for us, obviously, in the last year, and I think that what we realized is that as we came out of it, we wanted to figure out different ways to connect with even more local businesses and local artists. And one of the cool things that we're adding with the new logo this year is a partnership with about 15 different local artists, from people that make custom-made maple wood bats with the Mallards logo engraved on the outside of them. We have soap made in the shape of our cheese home plate logo that we have at the ballpark, stuff made out of old Wrigley Field Stadium seat wood, and even candles with a ballpark scent that you can get exclusively here at the ballpark, and all made by local artists.
So super exciting news here on News 3 Now this morning. An exclusive sneak peek at some new wine that you're partnering with Wollersheim Winery.
Yeah, you know, so we did a Name the Wine contest a couple weeks ago, and we came up with the name, fan submitted, the Great Bam Vino, and we're really fortunate to have Philippe here today.
Yeah, check out the logo and the packaging here on the table this morning. Mr. Wollersheim, Philippe Coquart is with us, and, you know, talk a little bit about the wine this year.
So it's a very crisp, light, fresh, fruity. It fits any food for the ballpark. Pinot Grigio style, little bubbly, very fun and light. Nothing fancy, just something great to enjoy with friends.
You know, as a local business after the last year, what is it like to be able to partner with the Mallards during this time?
You know, it's so awesome to have local support. We are all about local, Wisconsin grown anything, and partnership with the Mallards is a pleasure. It's something really good, a good feeling.
All right, well, some exciting news. Thank you so much. And of course, guys, it wouldn't be the 608 segment here without cracking open some of the new wine here, the Great Bambino. We'll give it a little taste.
Pinky's up, Josh.
Oh, that is excellent. That is excellent. Oh, pinky's up, they said. Look at that. Look at that. Some fantastic news here, guys, that we got to unveil here on News 3 Now this morning. Of course, we'll get all of this up here on channel3000.com as well. But I'm going to sit here. I don't know. I might have to take this whole table home, Philippe. This is pretty fantastic, guys.
I know. I'm surprised Maynard the Duck isn't in there.
cracking
chugging
some,
those things down.
he was
like
a
he was
party.
in the last segment. Hey, he makes that wine sound really good.
We're lucky that there's Zeddy left.
I know, right?
That's true. That's true.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. Okay, with summer approaching, the TSA is preparing for airport visitors to wait in longer wait times. They will be meeting with Central Wisconsin Airport today to talk about how passenger volume will affect the summer travel season. CWA directors say airline passengers should arrive at least 90 minutes before their scheduled flight. You can also expect COVID guidelines to remain in place for the foreseeable future.
Well, the doors have officially reopened at the Oneida Casino in northeastern Wisconsin. That's where a gunman killed 2 people and injured a 3rd last weekend. It comes a day after the healing and blessing ceremony where tribal leaders joined employees and their families in a sacred ritual. Tribal officials wouldn't discuss their specific security plans going forward, but there were a number of security officers stationed throughout the property yesterday.
Police in Chicago are looking for answers after a boy was shot Thursday evening. The 12-year-old is in the hospital in serious condition. He was inside an apartment building when he was shot in the chest on the south side. Officers are still looking for a suspect in that case.
Chris Reese here now with your certified most accurate forecast in Madison. We've got an issue in traffic this morning, Chris.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've been watching all day long, or all morning long, rather. This is going to be mainly on the east side. 151 where it intersects with I-3990, particularly in the southbound direction. We have a crash. It's going to have lanes closed as you travel. This creates a lot of issues for folks who commute in the morning. Now, one route that I am watching, this could be perhaps an option to avoid this area. That's going to be Stoughton Road. Get on that 151 exit. The problem is you run into traffic before you get to the exit. If you want to avoid this traffic altogether, get off at Highway 19 in Windsor, drive over towards 151, and then drive your way down. But nonetheless, you're going to have to plan around that incident. As you plan your day, though, look for sunshine, some cloud cover this afternoon. Temperatures top out into the mid-50s.
All right, thanks, Chris. Hey, the NFL has announced, excuse me, a little coffee in my throat. So the NFL has announced dates for Packers' voluntary off-season workouts. They're on your screen. So workout program is going to begin on the 24th. 3 different rounds here, 3 phases. Currently, the Packers are in the virtual phase of their off-season program, and then on May 24th is going to be the day that in-person practices begin. The final camp is going to be June 15th through 17th. Now, that one's mandatory, and that could be the first time we see Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay, or we see Green Bay, don't you know, or see him hold out.
We need to get Mr. Stanford some water. Okay, an update on the Peloton recall. The company says it will likely be months before it will sell its treadmills again. On Wednesday, the company recalled both of its models to address safety concerns. A child had died after getting stuck under one of them. Dozens of reports of kids getting injured. Yesterday, CEO John Foley said he hopes at least one of them will be back on the market by July. Peloton estimates the recall will lead to about $150 million in lost sales.
Hershey is voluntarily recalling a lot of its chocolate shell topping. It comes after the company incorrectly filled the bottles with the Heath shell topping. That has almonds in it, so if you bought the topping after April 15th, you're eligible for a refund. So far, there have been no illnesses or injury from the mistake. A Chinese rocket speeding back towards the planet, and experts fear that pieces of it could land in populated areas sometime this weekend.
Pretty scary. The roughly 100-foot rocket would be among the biggest pieces of space debris to ever fall to Earth. CBS News' Laura Podesta has the details.
Remnants of a Chinese rocket are hurtling out of control toward Earth. This is video of it as it was crossing the early morning sky over Washington, D.C. yesterday. It's expected to make landfall tomorrow or the day after.
At this point, we don't have a plan to shoot the rocket down. We're hopeful that it will land in a place where it won't harm anyone.
The exact location of where the debris will scatter is not known. U.S. Space Command says it has an eye on the rocket, but its exact entry point into the Earth's atmosphere cannot be pinpointed until within hours of its re-entry.
It's almost the body of the rocket, as I understand it, almost intact, coming down. And we think Space Command believes somewhere around the 8th of May.
The debris is part of a rocket that lifted the main module of China's first permanent space station into orbit last week. The White House said it wants to work with the international community to prevent these types of incidents in the future.
It's in the shared interests of all nations to act responsibly in space to ensure the safety, stability, security, and long-term sustainability of outer space activity.
Questions about whether China will have to pay a penalty as required by the United Nations Space Liability Convention are yet to be determined. A Chinese Communist Party newspaper insists there is minimal risk to people on the ground. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Now, many space experts are hopeful most of the 23-ton rocket will burn up on re-entry. They remind us about 70% of the Earth's surface is ocean, which is usually where these pieces of space debris land.
This one is raising concern, though, because traditionally crews on the ground can actually control where the debris will fall.
That old adage about the 2020 bingo card, 2021 looking a little rough, too.
Now we got to worry about stuff falling from the sky this weekend.
Who'd have thought?
Awesome. David versus Goliath battle in a store taking shots at Chick-fil-A.
And coming up in our next half hour, incredible video in overnight of a hostage situation in Minnesota. You're going to want to catch that next.
First Warn Weather, certified most accurate forecast.
The lowest prices of the season sale at Ashley Home Store is here. Our hottest new looks are all on sale. Spring doorbusters are up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices at checkout. And no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-5837. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-5837.
They say when you come from a small town, you grow up a little different. When U.S. Cellular's founder, Roy Carlson, looked at small towns, he saw nothing but potential. Potential that deserved the best technology. Since the other guys were busy with the biggest cities, well, he'd just have to build a network there himself. Here's the thing. When you create a network as a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the local neighborhood, so you make a difference. Thanks for the hot spot. When you go town by town, doing it different, you might even win some awards. You might even want to celebrate. But we're still far from done. You know, it's a good thing we started local. Otherwise, we might not be. A little different. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
Culligan Water not only sells the best water softeners, but also rents them. Big box, plumbers, and online sellers don't. With renting, you never pay for repairs or extended warranties. And Culligan softeners are backed by the world's largest dealer network. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
For all of your paving needs, call 1-800-SEAL-COAT. Driveways, parking lots, curb and gutter, new or repair, call 1-800-SEAL-COAT. Break out of the ordinary with stamped or colored concrete. Whether it's asphalt or concrete, commercial or private, call 1-800-SEAL-COAT today.
Get the lowest prices of the season on appliances now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save as much as 40% off clearance and special buy appliances. Plus no interest financing for a year and delivery within 5 days. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Linda sharing her morning with us. I got a big bird here. I don't know what kind of bird that is. Anybody know? Anybody know what kind of bird that is?
Mr. Reese?
We are not bird people.
We're not bird people. It's a crane.
Yeah.
Producer
Crane,
Devin.
perhaps? Thanks, Linda, for sharing that. I love the emotion that the crane is expressing here in this photo.
We've had a lot of really phenomenal animal stories today, so this is fitting.
Yeah, and we have, haven't we? The emu story.
The emu story.
The guy taking, and the canine dog.
Yeah.
The police canine, yeah. Great picture, Linda. Thanks for sharing it with us. Folks, share your morning with us. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when sharing it on our social media pages.
6:24 now. A senator in Ohio thought he was pretty slick. Andrew Brenner is getting some heat after driving during a meeting to create more penalties for distracted drivers. Look at him just looking around at traffic.
Perhaps the most ironic thing.
Hilarious. The best part is he thought he was safe with his virtual background, but you can clearly see his seatbelt.
There's no way he thinks he's getting away with it. I doubt that he actually thought, I'll just put the background up and it'll be fine. No one will notice.
Look at him looking around at traffic too the whole time.
You know, at least he's watching traffic and not the camera.
That's a very good point.
Come on, Chris.
I mean, I'm gonna give him some credit somewhere. You know, he could be staring at the camera, not looking. He's being alert. Maybe he just had to be at the meeting. I don't know.
Okay, his statement. He claims he was not distracted, and he's always taking calls while driving. Totally safe.
Of course.
Why not?
Good Lord, bad look. All right, in Alabama, listen to this. So Chris Reese worked at Chick-fil-A, and this was right up his alley. So Chick-fil-A getting taken on by a local jewelry store. So the owner of the jewelry store put up a sign one day that said, "Our drive-through is faster than Chick-fil-A." Chick-fil-A known for their lightning-quick drive-through service. After declaring the war on social media, Chick-fil-A retaliated with a sign of its own. The battle garnered so much attention that the mayor of the town also got involved.
So the sign from Chick-fil-A is right there. Your lawn looks great.
What do they mean by that?
Chick-fil-A hit him with kindness.
Yeah, I think that, you know, that's what you do.
It could be sarcastic kindness.
You turn your cheek.
I love it. Your lawn looks great.
Mr. Reese, you worked at Chick-fil-A. You can attest to the quick speed. You think this jewelry store can take him on?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, when you work at Chick-fil-A, on the outside, it's all bubbly and happy, but it's a stressful moment. We try to make sure that we get everything out on time.
When you're getting a diamond ring, do you really want quick service? This is something you might want to take your time with.
That's the real question. News you can use. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Freshen the look of your home with a new find from Habitat Restore Dane County. Get great deals on cabinets, appliances, furniture, and building supplies. Visit Habitat Restore today.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 26 years, we are offering 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
It's time for new energy-efficient replacement windows from Champion. Right now, every Comfort 365 window style is 40% off. The Champion family is here to help. Get 40% off. Call now or download our free buyer's guide at getchampionwindows.com.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. And start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
It's not a job. It's a calling.
It's the end of an era in Wisconsin law enforcement. The last day for Dane County Sheriff Dave Mahoney.
Plus, new video overnight showing the dramatic moment an hours-long hostage situation ended.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
We begin, though, with the latest on a first warn traffic alert here. The southbound lanes of I-39 at US 151 on the east side, they are blocked still because of a crash. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says the roads could be blocked for a couple of hours. This is bad news for the morning commute. We will continue to give you updates here on News 3 Now this morning and online at channel3000.com.
This is a great time to download our First Warn weather and traffic app. You'll be able to keep an eye on commute times, area traffic maps, and get alerted when there are delays and closures, like the one we're keeping an eye on for you this morning.
Yeah, so if you are commuting from the north and you're coming to the city this morning, that is certainly going to be a big slowdown. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and happy Friday. I'm Chris Stanford.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Leah Lynchide. A changing of the guards today as a longtime member of Wisconsin law enforcement steps down.
That's right. Sheriff Dave Mahoney here in Dane County is retiring after 41 years of service in the county. His law enforcement career began when he was just 19 years old.
Wow.
And since then, he's covered a lot of ground as a detective, specializing in areas of domestic violence, narcotics, and homicide. And as sheriff, he's largely been focused on a new push for a jail that treats inmates humanely and with compassion. Our Eric Franke had a chance to speak with the sheriff for one final one-on-one interview.
You're called to do this work because you committed yourself to serve others before yourself.
Sheriff Mahoney says the challenges facing policing are not lost on him. He says he doesn't see it as a challenge, though. He sees it more of an opportunity to make some meaningful reform.
Looking ahead, Calvin Barrett will be sworn in as the next Dane County Sheriff on Monday morning. He was appointed last month by Governor Evers to complete Sheriff Mahoney's current term. He's been a Dane County Sheriff's deputy as well as an officer with the Sun Prairie Police Department. He's also worked as a law enforcement instructor at Madison College. Now, if you'd like to watch more of Eric Franke's interview with Sheriff Mahoney, the full conversation is up right now on channel3000.com.
New video overnight showing the dramatic end of a more than 8-hour hostage situation in Minnesota. Take a look. This video right here showing the FBI storming a Wells Fargo bank in the St. Cloud area, which is about an hour northwest of the Twin Cities. We're going to show you this video again here, and you're going to see one of the hostages try to storm out the door and then fall right as the FBI storms into the building. That is when the FBI ran in and arrested the suspect, Ray Rico McNeary. Police say the final hostage just took a chance to make a break for it. All of the hostages this morning are safe.
Some of the hostages were released by the suspect, and some flat out made a run for the door and made it out safely.
4 of the hostages were released over the course of a 4-hour period. Hundreds of people, you can't see it here in the video, but they were across the street watching this all unfold, cheering every time a hostage was released. Investigators are still looking for a motive this morning. Police say they've had several run-ins with McNeary before. He is being held this morning on bank robbery and kidnapping charges.
Just incredible video there. 6:33 now. Chris Reese is here with your certified most accurate forecast in Madison. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning. Yesterday, the big conversation was all the rainfall that we have been seeing throughout parts of the area, but the numbers are in, and it only added up to about a quarter inch of rainfall here in Madison. This is still a big deficit at just shy of 4 inches compared to where we should be for this time of the year. Normally, we have about 9.8 inches of rain. We're at 5.8 inches of rain for the year. As a result, here's the latest drought monitor. We are still in what's known as a moderate drought here throughout southern Wisconsin, and until we can catch up to the rainfall, the drought conditions are going to persist. This means we are going to be taking every drop of rainfall we can and really counting for it. In fact, we do still have small shower chances out there as we go through the weekend. We had some this morning. We'll have other opportunities. Otherwise, it's multiple rounds of potential frost, and then those 70s will eventually return, and we'll be all right here in the state of Wisconsin. But here's what I'm watching on high-resolution radar this morning. These were the showers overnight. Already, those have moved on out of here. Madison, Dane County, Janesville, you're all in good shape now. 43 is your temperature in Janesville, by the way. Most of us are into the 40s this morning. You've got a couple spots that are into the 30s. Camp Douglas, the Dells, along with Wautoma. In Madison, we sit at 43 degrees. And as we take a moment to plan out your day, I want to point out how we start to warm things up. We're at 42 by 7, so we'll actually drop between now and then. Then we'll start to warm things up. We'll be at 53 by 4 o'clock. I suspect highs to be right around 55 this afternoon. Then it's into the weekend. We'll be at 58 on Saturday. I am going to be watching a chance for showers into Sunday that I want to track out with you as we start to move towards the weekend. So here's this afternoon. A mix of sun and clouds. We're at 55. We do cool down to about 32 overnight tonight. Tomorrow we have sun early, but by the afternoon, here's the cloud cover starting to move on in. Your shower chances generally are going to stay towards the south for Mother's Day weekend, but it's towards the afternoon that we start to see that slight shower chance popping up throughout parts of Wisconsin. Not a washout at all, but maybe have a little umbrella or something on hand if you're going to be out, especially in the afternoon and evening. 56 Sunday and Monday, 61 by Tuesday. 60s really take us through next week before 70s could return by next weekend.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. More local news now. Madison public libraries are turning a new page, welcoming people back in for in-person browsing later this month. The libraries will reopen officially on May 24th. The governing board decided to push back the opening from April to make sure their spaces were as safe as possible. Libraries will offer limited seating at some locations, a full selection of books, public computers, and more.
Depending on the demand in the space, we may be able to open up study rooms earlier too. There's just so much we don't know at this point about how the space is going to be used once we reopen. We want to kind of give it a slow, phased-in approach.
Libraries will reopen to 50% capacity. Study and meeting rooms are not available yet. Guests are still required to socially distance and wear their masks.
Well, there's a new initiative in Madison to reduce the speed limit in residential neighborhoods. Madison Mayor Satchie Rhodes Conway says that they're testing out 20-mile-per-hour speed limits in a couple of neighborhoods right now. Most residential streets at the moment are 25 miles an hour. City officials say it could make neighborhoods safer for pedestrians.
Switching to some good news in the pandemic. COVID cases and deaths continue to decline across the country. The average number of new cases has fallen to fewer than 47,000 a day. That is less than a fifth of what it was in early January. The decline is happening even as mask mandates and social distancing rules are relaxed.
Even though we're opening up and more mingling, our cases are still staying low. That's what vaccination immunity to a pathogen does.
The CDC says about 45% of the country has received at least one dose of the vaccine. The rest of the world has not been as fortunate. India, which accounts for nearly half of the world's new COVID cases, reported more than 400,000 yesterday. That's the highest one-day total for any country since the pandemic started.
New this morning, the Milwaukee's Fire and Police Commission has banned police chokeholds. The commission voted unanimously last night. Chokeholds will no longer be allowed under any circumstance. Now, this changes the old policy just enacted back in December that permitted chokeholds only in life or death situations. Milwaukee police officers can now face discipline if they use a chokehold.
6:37 your time on this Friday. Chris Reese is planning your Mother's Day weekend for you coming up after the break.
And we're live in the 608 this morning talking about the return of Madison Mallards later this month. And just ahead, we're going to tell you a little bit about what fans can expect here and a little surprise when we come back.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
For the pets you love, well, you gotta get down to Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, where your Tyler goes to help so many pets in town. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse. We raise money for farm animals in need, and our friends living in the zoo. We feed rescue dogs and shelter cats, and police canines too. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
.com.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness is a place where you can relax, be pampered, and revitalize your life in a safe and tranquil environment. Our guests' safety and comfort is our top priority. Revitalize yourself at Needed Relief today and give the gift of wellness to those you love with a Needed Relief gift card, available now online. It's exactly what we all need. Needed Relief Day Spa and Wellness, Madison's world-class wellness spa.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Tonight on CBS at 7, it's MacGyver. At 8, while Magnum and Higgins work a stalking case, Ethan asks Higgins to join him on an extended trip, just as Magnum starts to open up to other possibilities on the 3rd season finale of Magnum P.I. Then at 9, it's Blue Bloods, followed by in-depth and complete coverage of all the day's news and your certified most accurate forecast on News 3 Now at 10.
Actions by lawmakers at the state capitol affect everyone in Wisconsin, and an organization is going to spend the weekend making sure that everyone in the state has a voice in choosing those lawmakers.
Yes, Madison is participating in the nonpartisan Votercade series. The purpose, to address the preservation of voting rights for everybody. Taylor Lazenby is live with more on the event. Hi, Taylor.
Hey guys, good morning. John Lewis once said, get into good trouble, necessary trouble, and help redeem the soul of America. Now, Lewis spent his life educating others on the power of voting, among other great things. And to celebrate his life and legacy, over 100 cities around the United States will gather tomorrow for a day of action. Now, this day is meant to address voter suppression. Here in Madison, the NAACP, along with the Urban League and other local organizations, are coming together to address voting issues within the state of Wisconsin and ways we can fix them.
We are all trying to get into good trouble. This is something that everybody can participate in and be proud of, because we are defending our democracy. We're defending our constitutional rights to be citizens in the United States.
Now, Madison's minority leaders hope that this day can bring awareness and action for those that want to get ready and register to vote. This is also a COVID-safe event that will be available to those that do want to come out. Now, guys, you can get more information on the day of action by heading over to our website. That's at channel3000.com.
Taylor Lazenby, thank you very much. There is new information this morning on the major spike in hate crimes against Asian Americans.
A new Cal State University study shows those reports are up 164% over the same period last year. Stop AAPI Hate is a national coalition that tracks anti-Asian hate, and their stats show that more than 6,000 incidents against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders happened between March of 2020 and March of this year, actually. So most of those incidents happened in public places and in businesses. In April, the Senate overwhelmingly passed an anti-Asian hate crimes bill that aims to create awareness and expedite reviews of crimes targeting Asian Americans.
President Biden will give remarks this morning on the latest jobs report due out in just a couple of hours here. Negotiations over his $2 trillion infrastructure proposal are expected to pick up steam next week in Washington when Congress returns. Biden saying that package will help create more jobs. We're breaking down some of the numbers, among them a $115 billion funding increase to modernize bridges and roads and more than $100 billion for water infrastructure. Republicans say they are against the price tag, but they are open for compromise.
Well, one of the biggest pastimes coming back in the 608 this month.
Oh, yeah. Josh Breiter live at Warner Park with all the anticipation surrounding the return to Mallards baseball. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, I've got my great Bambino wine. All I need is a brat out here, and there's so much excitement. And look at this. Look at who we've got coming down the zip line from the duck blind this morning. It is Maynard himself coming in hot on this Friday morning. Only 3 weeks left to practice that zip line as Cassidy brings them to a stop here out at Warner Park this morning. Just a beautiful start out there. You can see as he comes down, he's been practicing because they're going to be back here at the field here in a matter of just a few weeks here this morning. We're getting a little bit of a preview of what we can expect as far as fans go this morning. Cassidy Sepneski, nice job there.
Thank you.
That takes some talent to stop him there.
Yeah, I was a linebacker in high school, so got some practice.
Yeah, the special gloves and everything.
Yep, good form. But we're extremely excited to have fans back in the ballpark. Our opening day is May 31st. The first 2 weeks of our season will go on sale. Single game tickets will go on sale on May 15th. We did just announce last night that we are going to have vaccinated sections in the ballpark. So we will do a section in the grandstand and a section in the duck pond where people who are fully vaccinated won't need to socially distance, which will ultimately open up more room and options for people who aren't fully vaccinated in the grandstands where we have socially distanced seats. So we've got a lot of good stuff happening this season. We're really excited to get back to the duck pond this summer. So.
It's been, what, 20 months since you guys have been out here, and you guys are working especially hard. You know, we unveiled the new wine with Watersheim.
Yep.
Local is what you guys are looking at this year.
Absolutely. We have a ton of community initiatives. We've got the local spotlight artist program that we did in our Paul Davis Team Store, where we brought in Dane County artists to handcraft custom pieces for us. If you get a chance to check out the store while you're out here, the pieces are amazing. They did a great job. We've got the wine. We've got the Great Dane beer coming out later this summer. Yeah, we've got a ton of community stuff that we're pulling together.
All right, so yeah, just a few weeks away from opening day.
Yep, we can't wait to have everybody down here, and it's going to be a good summer at the duck pond, right, Maynard?
Maynard's excited. Oh,
there
Maynard's taking my drink there. Look out, it's open. So we don't want to make a mess here, guys, but I tell you what, we are having some fun out here at Warner Park. A few weeks away, but you can already feel that anticipation building. I mean, look at Maynard himself. He's all ready. He was ready for the zip line this morning, even at 5 o'clock. So we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, Maynard's been partying all morning long. Josh Breiter, thank you very much.
Maynard's had enough. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media. He'd love to hear your ideas. You could also email him at inthe608@wisctv.com. Hey, check out this video from West Salem, Wisconsin.
This is going to make your morning. While sitting in the dentist chair, Kristen Gamoke was able to film this police officer just take off and tackle this emu that came from a nearby farm. The officer was able to successfully capture the animal and return it to its owner. The owner says the emu is doing just fine, perhaps a few ruffled feathers, but otherwise okay. They're working on making their fencing a little higher now.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Those police officers, man, you got to be ready for anything these days, huh?
This is phenomenal footage. Just brilliant.
It's funny because the emu runs so awkwardly.
Look at the feathers. You can see
kind of,
the feathers go flying.
Around, feathers flying everywhere. The guy's having a hard time.
Totally just tackles him down. His little neck is flopping all over the place. That's television.
That is good stuff.
Gold. Mr. Reese. Also gold, your forecast. Give it to us.
Hey, we're going to be watching more sunshine out there today. I want to take a moment, though, once again, to just highlight the traffic issue that we're seeing on the eastern side of town. This is right around Sun Prairie. You're talking I-39-90 southbound, right where it starts to intersect with 151 near East Town Mall in the town of Burke, High Crossing Boulevard. We have an accident in the southbound direction that's blocking lanes, and you've got some pretty major traffic delays. So that being said, I recommend exiting early if you're trying to head towards this part of town. In fact, you're already seeing some delays on that exit getting onto 51 from the interstate. But before you run into that traffic, you have an opportunity to exit at Highway 19. Take Highway 19 over to 51, then take 51 down south. Either way, if this is where your commute takes you, you're going to see some delays. But I just want to give you some other options to help bypass some of that traffic. You can also drive around the other side of the airport as well if you're trying to get into East Madison. But we do have traffic delays this morning that we want to make sure you guys are aware of as we start to move throughout your Friday. That being said, let's take a moment to plan the day, because weather-wise, things are going to be fantastic. 53 to 55 is where I expect our highs to be this afternoon. Sunshine pretty much all day, but we'll notice a couple clouds getting into the mix later on this evening as well.
All right, Chris, thank you very much. 6:49 coming up in the Sprint, one of Madison's iconic sports venues getting a pretty big upgrade.
But first, we want to say happy birthday to Nolan and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan or for checkups only. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to sendinfokit.com to get your free information kit. Call now.
The Auto Show started with an idea. Honor the future of innovation while celebrating today with special Auto Show offers on select Ford vehicles. For generations, that's exactly what Ford has done and continues to do. Because when all is said and done, Auto Show is more than just an event. It's a step towards a better future. This Auto Show season, lease a 2021 Explorer for just $399. Only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Everything is relative. Travel, for example. A trip to Stoughton might seem like a long way, but if you're shopping for diamonds, it's closer than you think.
Diamond Select.
Importers of shimmering diamonds from the mines of South Africa to the streets of Antwerp and Tel Aviv. They shop the diamond capitals of the world so you don't have to.
Diamond Select. Direct pricing saves you money.
On GIA certified South African diamonds.
Diamond Select.
Downtown Stoughton.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
We start with the end of an era in Dane County. Sheriff Dave Mahoney will retire today after more than 40 years in law enforcement. He'll be replaced by Calvin Barrett. Governor Evers nominated Barrett last month. He will be sworn in on Monday.
Well, Sun Prairie officers, they're investigating an apparent murder-suicide from Wednesday night. This is an update to breaking news we brought you yesterday. A lieutenant with the department says that a 37-year-old woman and a 35-year-old man were found dead inside of the home with gunshot wounds. Investigators say the man's wounds were likely self-inflicted.
Republicans, the political group with the highest vaccine hesitancy, are warming up to rolling up their sleeves. A Kaiser survey found 55% of Republicans have or intend to get their shot, up 9% from March. The Department of Labor will release its April jobs report later this morning. Yesterday, word of a decline in new unemployment claims triggered a late-day rally on Wall Street. The Dow surged 300 points to reach an all-time high. Hundreds of Governor Evers' budget priorities are dead this morning, killed by the legislature's Republican-controlled Budget Committee. That includes legalizing marijuana, raising $1 billion in taxes, and expanding collective bargaining rights. Republicans are building their own budget. In a letter, Evers called the move ill-advised.
The Budget Committee did come to a unanimous consensus to approve $66 million. It's to expand the Mendota Juvenile Treatment Center. The expansion will include 50 additional beds, 30 for boys, 20 for girls. Right now, the facility only has 29 beds for juvenile offenders.
New video overnight. 4 people are safe this morning after their boat overturned in the Chesapeake Bay. Take a look. It happened near Annapolis, Maryland. Authorities say someone spotted the flares and helped pull 3 people out of the water and onto their boat before crews could get there. Everyone is expected to be okay.
Almost 1 million people signed up for 2021 health care insurance on the Federal Affordable Care Act exchange during the first 10 weeks of President Biden's special enrollment period. The enrollment numbers are about double the number who signed up last year. During that time, enrollment was limited to those losing their jobs or experiencing other major life events such as divorce. Enrollment is still open until August 15th.
Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms says she won't return for a second term. She says it's not about her ability to win re-election. The mayor has been in the national spotlight over the past year for her comments during Black Lives Matter protests and the pandemic.
Well, the Wisconsin Fieldhouse is getting an upgrade next year. Check out these renderings. The Badger volleyball team tweeted last night that the north end upper deck bleachers have been removed to make room for a deck with some premium seating. They show the deck with TVs, tables, and some pretty spacious seating up there.
Pretty slick?
Yeah, real slick.
All right, of course, we are tracking an accident this morning on the east side of town. This is I-3990 in the southbound direction. Lanes are going to be closed, and you're going to want to find an alternate route around this. One of those alternate routes involves getting off of the interstate at 151, or at 51 rather, Stoughton Road, and driving south. The thing is, we're already starting to see some backups at that exit, so your other option is going to be getting off at Highway 19 and taking that over to 51. Here's the map for how that will work out. This is an alternate route option. Otherwise, if you have to travel this direction, expect major delays the closer you get towards 151 as traffic continues to back up as lanes are closed with that crash there. Otherwise, as you plan your day, we are looking at sunshine with a mix of cloud cover later on today. Temperatures top out right around 55 degrees. It is 44 right now as you get ready to head out the door. On the bright side, your weekend is the tale of 2 stories. Look for sunshine with clouds on the increase Saturday. We're going to see more clouds and shower chances by Sunday.
Mr. Reese, thank you very much. And thanks for joining us this week, folks. Enjoy that sun. Have a great Mother's Day weekend. We'll see you here Monday.